That's one thing too. I had to stop it because they wouldn't stop barking. I had to get a look at a magazine or something and smack the magazine. Stella does not like that sound, so get her attention. Oh my gosh, the dogs are so on edge. Every freaking, I swear to God, a squirrel can jump from one tree to the next and see a branch move. They'll sit and bark for 5 minutes. They're so on edge about everything. And I think, I really feel like that it's part of nature. It's part of what they're tuned into. They can feel. They know something's up. They're confused. They don't understand what's up. But they know something's up. They're very on guard. They're very like, what's happening? What's happening? And they go outside. It's the same thing. They're very, well, you know, I know Stella is very, she goes out and she's just like looking around. She's very, she knows something's up. And, you know, I don't know. I've seen, I saw where one person put, they were hiking out in the woods in Colorado. No, they were in the mountains. It was pretty open. There was forest around them, but it wasn't like dense forest. Like here, if you go out, you don't see the sky. So they were out like in an open part, but you could still see like they were out like in nature. And there was no birds, and they were talking about, this is my third day and I have not seen a bird. Like, where's the birds? And, you know, there's certain things like, you know, like when there's going to be an earthquake or a volcano or something, because nature will show something's going on, you know, they will start leaving the area. So, you know, I don't know. There's a lot that's going on this planet right now, and we're definitely not being told what's going on. And this is a cosmic thing. I've been talking about this and talking about this. What is happening is it's a cosmic transformation. The planet is a living conscious being. I mean, that I think a lot of people can't even comprehend, that the planet is a living conscious being, just as we are. Only they have a whole planet. They're a whole planet. We're just a person. They're a whole planet. And they're alive. And they've been being abused and treated bad for a long time by the forces that be. And, you know, that's done. They are ascending. The planet is ascending. The planet is shifting out of this three-dimensional reality and moving into a higher frequency, a higher vibration. That is why this opportunity for humans has come to play, or for living beings on this planet to come to play and for this awakening, so that you can too have the opportunity to ascend. All of this things that are happening is like, you know, a graduation. And, you know, I know I say this stuff all the time, but it truly is. This is, you know, the leveling up. No matter what you level up to, you are leveling up, because it is showing you, you know, that's the hand of God, I think, the universal action to show you parts of yourself so that you can heal those parts of yourself, so you can move past parts of yourself, because it's all about accepting yourself. You know, you have to see your whole self to accept your whole self. Otherwise, it's not real. You have to understand yourself on a deeper level. And some of the things about all of us are not perfect. So you have to be able to accept yourself as not being perfect, as being an imperfect being that is here to learn and expand. And so that is, it's like a transformation. In that process, in that transformation, you know, where beings do become aware and are able to ascend and go into this higher vibration, it changes everything for that soul, for that being. It is a complete leveling up to a completely new system. It is leaving this system altogether. You know, the three-dimensional world won't cease to exist. It will have other places and other opportunities, you know. the universe is under constant creation. You know, that's what you are at your core, is a creator. But you can't go out and just create, when you don't even understand yourself. Like, you have to learn yourself. You have to understand yourself before you can even level up. And even once you level up, there still is more levels to go, you know? So this is, it's a complete process. And it is, an infinite process. And it is a soul journey. And, it's not about just this right here, right now, like this job loss or, this marriage ending and all of that stuff. It's everything has got a much deeper, more complex reason that it's happening. And, the best thing you do, don't try and change other people. That is pointless. There is no trying to change other people or direct them who they need to be or how they need to be or what they need to do or how they need to focus their time or whatever. That is, that is you not focusing on yourself. That is you still trying to control the world, still trying to control this uncontrollable reality. And it is a dead end. So when you can go in and you can just start, working on yourself, like I say a million times, working on yourself and understanding yourself and growing as a being, then that is how you start moving into that really authentic space of being your authentic self and putting yourself out there. You're not trying to pretend to be something different. You're not putting on a mask to show somebody that, oh, I'm this way with you, and then I'm go over here, I'm this way with them. No, you just be you. But you have to get to that place. It's a lot of healing to get to that place. It's a process. But once you get there, then you can look at others and you can just be like accepting. You don't need to try and change them or get them to do something that you want or, prove anything to you. It is a freeing. That's why your vibration raises, is because you free yourself. It's a freeing from this toxic kind of environment, this toxic kind of way of being. It is free from that and moving into a space that is about love. It is about forgiveness. It's about awareness, being aware of your environment, being aware how others are affected, being a part of that collective. To, one thing that has been going on is people are getting their freedoms taken away. That, that people don't understand that will affect us all. You can't take freedom away from half the people and think that the other half can just go on and live their life. That is a divisive way that they are trying to control the people. And to me, I don't understand anybody who would go, get their passport and run around like, oh, I can go here, I can go there, I can go. No, I wouldn't go to anywhere. If you're going to segregate, no. I would not go anywhere that segregates. Not at all. I won't fly. They want to tell you. No. Besides the fact that now, they've got, the guys flying, the ones who wear the little hat, now are dying up in the air because they got that. Because of the, all you got to do is think about, what is a concern when you go and you do a long flight. If anybody's traveled any long flights, like a 16 hour or whatever, you've traveled to other countries, then you know that it is a concern when you are sitting for long periods of time of blood clots, right? So when you sit like that and you can get them behind your knees. You can get them, it just depends on the person's health. But, in your, your circulation, like if you have circulatory problems, then you can be more prone to that. And, but that's what causes the swelling and stuff, is this sitting like that. So it's important to, even when I traveled the last time to Spain, we had a long flight and then we were going to Portugal right after. So we were on the plane a lot, not up walking around and stuff. And we all wore those, those socks that promote, they're super, super tight, and they promote circulation to try and reduce the swelling. But so, going up in the atmosphere and changing the elevation, what is that called when it is in the airplane? When they go up and they change it, you're going up like 30,000 feet. Well, it's the same thing like as when you go way underwater. It affects your blood and oxygen. That's why, they have to have the plane oxygenated, and, climate, it's got to be, the climate has to be in that plane is different than outside, right? So the going up and down, it does something to your blood and your oxygen. So, it would be very dangerous right now. Any of those people who, from what I've heard too, is that is waking a lot of the ones, they were sitting there, kicking people out of those that weren't for, huge scenes going on, what they're telling people to get off because they had it too low, or they had one that said someone's name on it they didn't like. I mean, bizarre shit. And, where they were, a part of the problem without even having awareness that they were part of the problem. But now they're getting a completely new look at things because they, there's many that they all stay at the same hotels and stuff. And they are seeing a lot of people having to leave in ambulances because, this is, would be very dangerous when it is prone to do certain things and then you're going up and down like that. Yeah, that's not good. And so, that'd be dangerous just in itself. I mean, you're just going to crash. Maybe that's, maybe we're going to see some of that. I don't know. I mean, this one had a co-pilot that was able to land an emergency, and they aren't talking about that. And there was another one, too, that happened right at the same time. Both the pilots gone. So, and no telling how many people are in hotels and stuff because people can't go out and say, oh, my family member this happened, my family member that happened. They're being censored. They can't because they don't. They're trying to keep us in a bubble. They're trying to keep control of the information in that bubble. So they don't want, the people who don't have these yet to know how dangerous it is because it's, it defeats their thing. And now to think that now they're releasing some new, a real disease, not a pretend one, not one to try and scare us, but a real Ebola type situation. And I say, I've been saying it the whole time, from the beginning of quarantine. I've been right here working on myself, working on my home, working on my space, my environment, all of it. Luckily for me, I don't have to go to a job. And there's a lot of people who do. To me, I think I would just stop. Honestly, I would have taken my kids out of school. I would have stopped going to any job. It's dangerous at this point. They are purposely killing people. And so, those diseases they have a lot harder time to get to you if you are in your house, is all I can say. If you're right out there, and using your little passport to run around and, oh, I'm going here and I'm going there. Well, you're a moving target, so I don't know. You can't get people to understand what they don't understand. You can't get people to see what they can't see. If they can only see what's right before them, they can't see beyond. They can't see the bigger picture. They can't see what's behind the curtain. It's for every single soul to go through that process and do it for themselves. Start looking behind the curtain. Start trying to understand this world on a deeper level. Try and wrap your head around that there has been something going on that was not for your best interest. It was only for the top of the pyramid, for those people. Very small elite little aristocratic group that put themselves up there by stomping on all of us to get there. So, and there's all sorts of, middlemen in there. Not every billionaire gets the opportunity to be an aristocrat. This whole system has been, it's based on this hierarchy, but it's been very controlled since the beginning. And it's been controlled with beings that are highly sophisticated, much more than these people. And, these people would be nothing without the beings that are helping them. So, but they're being defeated. This war that is going on it's changing. And we are headed, it's like it was already written. It was written. There's no going out of it. The age of Aquarius is happening. And these beings won't be there. That's why it will be so good, because it's going to be great. We're going into this really fabulous age for humanity, and it's going to be, really, really great time for, so much exploration. I mean, just over your abilities as a human, as a being of a living being. You're going to learn so many more abilities. Like I saw somebody talking about even the ability to walk through doors. That is, having control over your molecular structure so that you can do that. We're going into a place to learn about how to, as conscious beings, present in such a different way, so much more advanced than what it's like we're leaving a time capsule and we're going into the great unknown, So, I just say keep working on yourself, try and let go of all of this stuff that, start identifying yourself as how you want to see yourself, not through their, I'm this and I'm that, I'm this and that, the things that they tell you, like you can choose from these things and that's who you are. No, you are much more than that. So start really understanding yourself and start loving yourself and respecting yourself. Don't talk down to yourself, Every time you catch yourself talking down to yourself, think, would I sit and let somebody talk to somebody I love like this? Then why am I letting, if it's coming from outside of you, start recognizing that. Start having discernment. Push them away. Tell them to shut the hell up. Take their negativity and go. Maybe you were tuned into it for a long time, but now is your opportunity to start saying, hey, enough's enough. Take your negativity and go. I'm going to focus on myself and focus on my healing, and there's a lot of good stuff about me, and start remembering that. So have a good day, and, just work on you.